Hey everybody, this is Bo back in the lounge. We got him in the house right now. Tim Boetsch, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
We're doing well, thank you. Tim, that was a nice guillotine, buddy. It looked like you were going to about pull his head off.
Yeah, that was about as tight a guillotine as you can get, so I was very happy, and I didn't go into the fight, particularly looking for a submission, but it's always nice when you can get one.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the records you've had a couple submissions, but mostly it's been knockouts on both sides. And to walk away with something that is a very skilled position, especially against Aaron, who's a very good wrestler himself, really, I guess, weighs very heavy for you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I was definitely happy to finish the fight that way.
How did it feel to be back in the ring for King of the Cage?
I was stoked. I was really excited to get back in there and, against definitely a worthy opponent in Aaron Stark. I was just excited to get back in action and, put on a good show for the fans, and I think we did that, and, everybody's been talking about it, and, nothing but good things, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, we can always see the internet, counter go crazy every time you step in the ring. You've got a lot of people who know you, a lot of people that you have surrounded yourself with, and then the fans who are very much looking to see you rise up again and wind up either in Strikeforce or UFC. And speaking of those two, you've got King of the Cage out there still. Well, where are you going to fight next, and when are you going to get that next opportunity to possibly go for a belt?
Well, I don't have anything written in stone yet with any promotion, but there's lots of talk about, like you said, UFC or Strikeforce, or maybe we'll do another King of the Cage. I'm actually not sure exactly what I'm going to do next, but I'm definitely open to anything, and definitely not putting anything out of the question. So I'm just staying ready, training hard, and staying prepared.
Yeah, right now, I'm going to call this one out just because it seems like it's the right time. It looks like Vladimir Mashenko has just joined the UFC card. He had a very successful outing at Call to Arms. I think we might see a matchup between you guys again in the UFC, and I think that would be huge.
Well, if that happens, that would be pretty cool, but I don't know how Vladdy would like that. A different fighter than the last time I saw him, so we'll see. But I don't know if that's in the cards or not, but it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who follow MMA remember that fight out of the blue and what you did and what you stuck to and on a short notice. And for a fight like that now would be a little long term. But for yourself right now, looking ahead, you've got 3 opportunities in front of you. You obviously have been told some direction, but they're trying to work out the details. So we're not going to ask you to jeopardize any of that. But what are you looking for your next fight, like the next opponent?
Opponent-wise, I don't really have any one person in particular. I just kind of have the mentality that I want to get some more experience, and that means taking another tough fight. That's what I'll do. But I have no problem fighting anywhere really at this point. I just need to gain some experience because I'm still relatively new to the sport. I've only been at it a couple years, so I've got a lot to learn, and I definitely understand that. So I'm willing to fight anybody, anywhere, basically.
Well, your career's been like that, man. It's been anywhere, anytime. Hey, we got Tim. Let's get Tim. And I know a lot of fighters, when you're scheduling that opportunity, that a lot of people are now looking at that and saying, wow, do I really want to take on Tim? I know it's short notice. Is there anybody else we could fight? And I'm sure you're running into that as well.
Yeah, we've had that a little bit, especially this last stretch. We were looking for some fights, and my manager had set up a few things, and people had backed out of them. So that's definitely coming into play now. People realize that it's probably not going to be an easy fight when they take a fight with me.
Yeah, to say the very least. The UFC is always good about bringing guys back once they go back out. Back out into King of the Cage. Now they got Call to Arms or Strikeforce, and then bring them back in again. And they're usually bigger than better than ever because the fan following tends to move around with you. You're like the NASCARs of sports. Fans just tend to follow you from league to league to league. And as you get back to the big league, which everybody knows is the UFC, it just mushrooms into just a huge event for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of one of the things we were thinking about as well. We want to fight wherever we can and really just build up that fan base even bigger than what we had before. And you know, honestly, it's one of those things. I definitely appreciate the fans, and without them, we wouldn't have this sport. So I really try to go out there every time and put on a good show for the fans.
Now, I'm going to back up and talk a little bit about the fight. I know you've been probably talking about it a lot to a lot of media outlets. That's what we've been reading and following. But Aaron took a lot of nice shots from you. He gave some shots out. At any point in time, did he get a real good sting on you, or caught you by surprise?
Well, initially, I was very surprised that he came out with a flurry like that. I had expected fully for him to just try to take the fight to the ground right away and not even get tied up with it, exchanging with me. So I was definitely taken by surprise when he did that. But actually, I didn't really get hit that hard. He threw a lot of punches, but I was able to cover up and block most of them. A couple definitely got through, but you know, my coconut head doesn't get wrung that easy. So the couple that he landed weren't too scary, but definitely I was surprised that was the tactics he brought to the fight.
Yeah, when he came out that way, we knew he was a grappler, and it's the most aggressive I think we've seen him in a while. And yeah, as he attacked, but one of the things we liked about what Aaron did is that you did hit him really hard a number of times, and it did catch him, but he worked through it.
Yeah, absolutely. My hand is actually still sore from the fight, so I know I caught him with a couple real good shots, and he kept coming forward. So you know, my hat's off to Aaron, and he can definitely take a punch.
Yeah, and a kick to the stomach, big time.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, Tim, on a much lighter note for yourself, how often do you get to hang out with your fighting buddies, the guys across? We've seen pictures of you on the internet with Rory, Mike C, Big Ben, obviously Mark Hamill. How often do you get a chance to really sit down and talk with them? And when you guys talk, do you guys talk hunting or do you guys talk MMA?
Well, I don't get to hang out with my friends as much anymore as I'd like to, just because, you know, life has gotten real busy for me, and I got the family, and I spend most of my time with my wife and son now. But I do get a chance to talk to those guys, and you know, when I do, we do talk some fighting and, you know, some hunting. So it's a little bit of everything still, but a little more family time involved now.
Absolutely. And with that, now you know that Rory Markham was just filming a movie, right?
Oh, really? I was unaware of that.
Yeah, I know you. We got pictures of you with Rory and that whole group out there out west. But yeah, it's called The Experiment. We just had him on to talk about it, and it's actually a drama role. It is not a sci-fi. It's not a mixed martial art movie. It's actually where he has to act, and it's pretty impressive what he's talking about.
Well, that's quite interesting. I would definitely expect to see him in some kind of sci-fi zombie movie or something with a drama role. I don't know.
Yeah, he's actually with Forrest Whitaker and Adrian Brody. But I figured since you're going to run in circles with him, you can walk up and you know, make fun of him for his thespian roles.
I'll definitely be sure to do that.
Hey, Tim, we're going to give you a call another month. If something changes, give us a holler. We'll get you back on and talk some more fight. Thanks for taking the time out of your schedule.
All right, thanks for having me. As always, I appreciate talking with you.
Absolutely. Tim Boetsch, MMA, UFC star, King of the Cage winner. He's got so many options right now. He gets to pick at some point in time. Thanks a lot, Tim.
All right, take care.
You too. We're off the air.